Super subs and super Mik Arteta. Athletic Club 0, Arsenal 2, and I was told my man shut up today. You lot know throughout the whole of the transfer window, Martinelli and Trossard were two of the players I wanted out of the club the most, and yet they got us the 3 points today. You know this season I'm on Mikel Arteta for his in-game tactics, substitutions, game management, all of that. Today, I cannot complain about that because he got it spot on. And mascara, oh my lord, people. Only 13 million. Like, are you actually crazy? This is your match reaction plus player ratings video, people. Make sure you subscribe here to Arsenal TV. Help me get to 500 subscribers as I am 32 away from that mark. Let's get this YouTube channel up there as I'm going to take over the scene by storm. All right, let's start this match reaction right now. Yes, people there, welcome back to Arsenal TV. I am your host, Dini, and this is your match reaction for Athletic Club 0, Arsenal 2 in the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal, we kicked off our Champions League journey the right way. Clean sheet away from home in Europe. That was one of the things that was always difficult with Arsenal throughout Europe, whether it was Champions League or the Europa League. We just struggled away from home on European nights. Today, that wasn't necessarily the case, but we're gonna get into it. People, if you are new here, make sure you smash the subscribe button. If you are new here, smash a like on the video and leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below what you thought of this video, because people, today the performance that Arsenal put out there, do you know what? I went with a 4-1 win. I thought it would be much more comfortable than it was in terms of a scoreline, but I did also say it's going to be a tough European night. I did say that. I did say it's Athletic Club's first time back in the European competitions, the Champions League, 10 years gone and everything else. But today, they did make it tough for us at times. At times, it took us time to click in terms of an attack, and we're going to get into that very, very soon. But first and foremost, I have to start with the two players that I wanted out of the club because they saved us today. They got us the 3 points. Martinelli comes on the pitch and it only takes him, 36 seconds to get us 1-0 up from coming up from the pitch. And do you know what picture I had in my mind from when he scored that goal before Trossard gets the ball and flicks it on with the header? The picture that comes in my mind is Chelsea away. The first time when Martinelli burst on the scene and he breezed past Cantona, he breezed down the entirety of the pitch and he slots it in the goal. That's what Martinelli can do on a counter-attack and playing down the middle, straight through the middle. He can be a goal scorer. He offers that impact off the bench of just bringing that energy and that raw speed and pace, and especially against tired defenses, it's peak bringing Martinelli on as an impact player, and boy did he impact the game. Trossard gets the assist, and then it's literally roles reverse because it's Martinelli breaking down the left-hand side, taking on his man, playing an assist, playing a pass into the box, and then Trossard finishing with a deflected shot into the goal. Someone else I've been heavily scrutinizing, and I was annoyed that he got a pay rise and he actually stayed at the club, because I feel like we can upgrade on Leandro Trossard. But if these two can do this job from the bench throughout the season as squad players, I don't see why not. Because the more they perform now, because of the fact that we have a lot of depth and we have starters in Eze on the left-hand side and Gyökeres as a starter up front, so we don't need to use Trossard as a false 9. The fact that we got Nwaneri and Odegaard fighting in the 10 positions, so we don't need to necessarily drop Trossard into the midfield as well. It gives them something to play for because no one's place is secure. No one's place is secure in this team. And if players really start performing now, it's going to be even more of a selection headache. If Martinelli starts playing more consistently like this, he then comes back into the fold of the conversation of playing on the left wing or potentially even playing down the middle if Gyökeres isn't doing well or injuries, Havertz, blah, everything else. Someone else I want to talk about is Christian Mosquera. People, you know when we're saying with West Ham, Give West Ham another 50 million for Declan Rice. We paid not enough money. Give Real Sociedad another 50 million for Zubamendi. We didn't pay enough money. We paid Valencia 13 million pounds for Christian Mosquera. We stole him. We stole him. We stole Christian Mosquera. Absolutely stole him from the clutches of Valencia. I am now understanding more and more why their fans and the manager was furious with the fact that the owners allowed this transfer to be sanctioned to go through, and for such a small sum, because this player is brilliant. He's quick. He's confident on the ball. I said to someone when I was doing the watch along with AFTV on the Liverpool watch along, I said to my brethren, Mini Saliba. I said, that's Mini Saliba. And he said, whoa. Let's hold on now. And I hear it because it's early in the season. But game after game, more and more, he is proven to be one of the best acquisitions that Arsenal have made in the defence alone in years, along with the likes of Saliba and Gabriel. Well, the defence across the board has been brilliant overall. But in terms of like finding gems, Mosquera is a gem. And I think, the battle for the defense is going to be interesting as well this season. We have options in attack and defense. As I said, squad depth is brilliant. Someone else I want to also talk about is Yuri Timber. Someone else that we know that was a great defender coming into the squad, coming into the team, absolutely. First season injured, then he comes in last season and we start seeing the Timber that we know that was coming in, combative, one-on-one defender. Seeing him play today as well, and seeing him just play more, he alone is starting to become one of the best defenders at the club alone, and he just gets the job done. He just gets the job done. And one of the things he actually said after the game is that not just about the defense, but about David Raya as well. Of course, the whole team. I think an amazing effort while we are defending. I think the standards are there really high, which is amazing to see. It's a privilege to be a part of. I think we've seen it last year. Every point counts. To start here with 3 points is amazing. That's why I said the European games away from home is amazing. It's key. And clean sheets. The more clean sheets you get, the more imperious you look as a team, because it says to other teams, you can't get past us. That's what it says. You can't get past us. And then this is last quote that he says, now rest, recover, because we have a big game on Sunday, and look forward to doing it in our own stadium. Of course, that is against Manchester City. And the last time we played them at the Emirates, we beat them 5-1. But now this team is in a much better place to take on a Man City. We won't beat them 5-1 at the weekend. I know we won't beat them 5-1 at the weekend, but I am confident that we can get past City. And with the players that we have, I'm confident. And I'm also even starting to grow more confident in the manager, because in games this season, he has deployed different tactics, taken players off and put players on, that has freshened up the team, allowed the team to do more things and get us out of situation. Arteta made the right substitutions at the right time. His game management today was great. Some people were saying, why would he take off Gyökeres? Obviously, we hadn't scored a goal yet at the time he came off. But when he comes off and we do get the goals and we do get the win, you see why he come off. Gyökeres wasn't necessarily at the races today. He is someone that's always going to give his all. He was always going to work, run the channels, back onto the defenders, try to get shots off when he can, but he just wasn't at the races today. And obviously he got a little head injury as well. I say little, there was blood everywhere at one point, and he comes off again. He's our only fit striker at the end of the day. So what can we do, people? We need to wrap him up in cotton wool. And luckily, we got the job done without Gyökeres needing to be on the field at the end of the day. So, big credit to Mikel Arteta today. Big credit to Mikel Arteta today. Absolutely happy with the fact that he made the changes when we did it. Won us the game. Trossard, Martinelli, big up to you lot. Start as you mean to go on. Keep fighting for your places. The more competition, the better the team will be for the Arsenal as a whole overall. Two more things I want to say. Big up to Hincapie for making his debut today in the Champions League away from home. I'm pretty sure we'll see more from him on Sunday at Man City as a substitute. And it's good to see Norgard back playing football as well. So you know what? With that being said, we're just going to get straight into the player ratings. So we'll start from the bottom in terms of who didn't necessarily perform well today, and then we'll work our way up to the man of the match. And we're going to start with, let's just start in order of the team. Let's start with the keeper. David Raya, you keep a clean sheet. Didn't necessarily have much to do today from what I remember, if there was a clinical save that he needed to make. But as Timber said, and as I've said on player ratings throughout the season already, he's a competent, strong goalkeeper that commands his area, and that is it's the last line of defense. But when you get past the first line, strikers, midfielders, defensive line, final line is the goalkeeper, and he kept the clean sheet, kept us in the game, kept it calm when needed. David Raya, you get a 7 today. Good, competent performance. Yuri and Timber, I'm going to give another 7 to. Yuri and Timber, I'll give a 7.5. Inaki Williams didn't necessarily have much to do. There may have one time he was caught Timber on the break potentially, but Inaki Williams was genuinely quiet nonetheless. So during Timber, you get a 7.5. Mascara, again, I'm going to give an 8 to. He's just performing at a level I didn't expect him to perform at, and he's doing it consistently, and he's a youngster as well. Mascara, I'm going to give an 8. He's been brilliant playing for Arsenal since he's come in. Mascara, 8. Gabriel, I'm going to give a 7.5. Ever dependable, ever present, Mr. Consistent right now, just doing his thing without his partner being next to him. But there is a new partnership being formed, one might say. Who knows? Gabriel, I'll give a 7.5. Calafiori had an okay game. Again, he was decent. To be fair, he was there. To be fair, he was decent. He was getting some more attacking positions on the left-hand side today, which is Otsu, who is definitely a technical player in that right. Calafiori, I'm going to give a 7 in my opinion today. Now, we are going to move into midfield, and someone else that had another decent game today as well was Martin Zubimendi, spraying balls left, right, and centre, marshalling in midfield. Again, another his combative side came out more today, as it was more of a battle in midfield today. Athletic didn't give us a host of chances that I remember being clear cut. I could be wrong. But obviously, we do get the goals in the end, and him marshalling that back four and also being a protector of that back four and progressing the ball up the pitch is what he is there for. So Zubimendi, I will give a 7. Declan Rice didn't have the best game as well today. Again, it wasn't more of, we didn't see the marauding Declan Rice that likes to go on a stride, extend his stride, open up a bit, drive past players. Did get a yellow card as well today. But again, players that have been yellow carded for Declan Rice has been yellow carded this season. Calafiori's been carded this season. Arteta has been good at managing their minutes, making sure they don't get sent off as well at the same time, which is very, very good. I believe Declan Rice did come off at some point. I could be wrong. But again, managed himself on a yellow card, so I have to big that up as well. Declan Rice will get a 7. Mikel Merino as well. Very, very good again in midfield today. Had a good performance in midfield. I'm going to give him a 7. He was playing in the Odegaard role. But again, gave him a 7. Another decent performance in midfield again today. Noni Madueke, again, trying things. The thing that Noni Madueke now needs to add to his game, amongst being a very good technical right winger, cutting in, cutting out, getting the balls in, getting balls into the box. Two things he actually needs to. One thing he needs to improve on, and things that he needs to add to his game, in my opinion. His crossing just needs to be a little bit better. Sometimes those crosses, he will do all the hard work, getting past the right back, getting past the left back, and then the final ball into the box is just not the best. So that's one thing he does need to work on. And again, once he starts adding goals and assists more and more, like what Saka does to his game, he is going to go up. But another good performance from Noni Madueke today. Eze didn't have the best of games today. He came off around the 60th minute, didn't have the best of games today. Wasn't as effective as he is, as we know he can be, but not everyone's going to have a blinding 8 out of 10 games. Eze will be fine. He will probably start against City on Sunday as well. And Victor Gyökeres, again, came off around the 60th, 70th minute with the head injury and possibly with the thought of City in the background and him being our only striker. Yes, Marino can deputise there if need be, but we don't want him there. So as long as we can keep Gyökeres fit and churning and wanting for goals, he will get goals and he will get minutes and he'll be fine for Sunday. As I said, who came? We're going to get to the man of the match. Pierre Hincapie, I'm going to give a standard 6. Didn't have a lot of time. Yeah, Pierre Hincapie and Norgard, I'm going to give standard 6s to. Did anyone else come on? Of course, I'm going to get to the main 2 that came on. Leandro Trossard gets a goal and assist from the bench. You get 8.5. You came on, you did what you needed to do. You scored and you supplied another goal. 8.5, standard. But I'm going to give my man of the match to the man that started it off, that got the all-important goal, that got us off the mark in the first place. And I'm going to give that to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli gets a 9 for coming off the bench, not only starting not even starting the win, but then he also assists the second goal after that by doing things he hasn't been doing in the season. Cutting in from the left wing, taking on this man and actually supplying the ball into the box for someone to be on the end of it to score. Martinelli, thank you so much for your contributions today. You are our man of the match. You are my man of the match. And please take this performance and go to the next level again. We need the old Martinelli back. The one that we fell in love with, that was just terrorizing fullbacks, left, right, and centre, sending balls into the box and scoring goals. We need that Martinelli back. So I hope you can find your best form for the season. And someone else I'm going to give a rating today that I forgot to give a rating to in the last player ratings is the manager, Mik Arteta. Mik Arteta gets an 8 today for the fact of his in-game management, managing players in the right way. He wasn't afraid to make the decisions that he needed to make, and he did that. He took off Gyökeres, the goal scorer, and we still got goals anyway. We still got goals without Odegaard, who is nursing an injury. Mik Arteta, you get an 8 today for being brave and making sure that we got the job done. So that's it for your match reaction and player ratings video, people. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Make sure you smash a like on the video. And if you are new here, subscribe to the Ras Nation. Subscribe to Ras Now TV, because this YouTube thing is going to go by storm. Okay, people, I am 30-something subscribers away from 500. So let's make sure that we can get there. Help me get there, people. Love and guidance, people. We'll be back tomorrow. The preview, the build-up to the Man City game starts tomorrow, people. We are going to be on it like a car bonnet. All right. Love and guidance, people. I've been your host, Dini. Peace out.